Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive that we've put together specifically to help you get ready for the HPE2-B06 exam.
That's right.
I know you're prepping hard for this challenging exam that goes deep into hybrid cloud solutions and, of course, particularly how HPE fits into that Azure Stack HCI world.
Exactly.
We're going to break down some key concepts from your study materials today. But even more than that, we're going to unpack the why behind all these complex technologies.
That's right.
So it's not just about acing that exam, it's about becoming a true expert.
Exactly.
All right, so let's jump right into our first practice question here, which is all about cloud scalability.
Okay.
So the question asks, what's a primary advantage of cloud scalability within cloud-based infrastructures?
So the answer is dynamic allocation of computing resources.
I see that, but I have to admit, I don't totally get it. Like, why is that such a big deal?
Well, imagine you're like an online retailer
Okay.
and you're having like a huge flash sale.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you've got like a massive surge in traffic to your website. And orders are coming like crazy and you're not able to like dynamically allocate resources.
Oh, no.
Your website could like crash.
Oh, that's bad.
And that would lead to, frustrated customers,
Yeah.
lost revenue.
That's like the worst case scenario.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with cloud scalability, you can like instantly scale up your computing resources to handle that
That increased demand.
That increased demand, right?
Yeah.
And then once the sale's over, you can scale right back down and you only pay for what you used.
Oh, okay.
So that flexibility and cost efficiency, that's why dynamic allocation is so important.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
Right.
Like, I can see how that could show up on the exam.
Yeah.
With the different scenario.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go on to question 2 then.
Right.
So this one puts us in the shoes of a cloud architect.
Okay.
And it asks, what is the most critical factor when choosing the right deployment model for Azure Stack HCI?
On HPE infrastructure.
Yeah, and I'm seeing options here like legacy compatibility, budget constraints, but the correct answer highlights workload demands both present and future.
That's right.
But why is that so important?
You have to build for the future.
Okay.
So imagine a company only focuses on like what they're doing right now. And then a year later, their data storage needs like explode.
Okay.
And they weren't ready for that.
Oh, so they have to like scramble to upgrade and...
Exactly.
And it costs a lot of money and it's disruptive.
Exactly.
Shit.
So if you analyze current and projected workload demands,
Okay.
you can pick the deployment model that can accommodate that growth.
So you don't have to do those disruptive upgrades later.
Exactly. It's all about strategic decisions for long-term growth.
Okay. That makes sense.
Right.
It's not just about like saving money right now.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to question number 3 then.
Okay.
So this one is interesting because it asks about the most crucial factor when selecting any solution, not just cloud specific. And the answer focuses on the ability to scale with business growth.
That's right.
But, people might think the coolest features or the lowest price, those are the most important things.
Well, think about like a small startup.
Okay.
And they develop like this killer app.
Okay.
And all of a sudden it goes viral.
Yeah.
And their solution can't handle that huge increase in users and data.
Oh, no, that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Their success can turn into a disaster.
Right. They could be growing too fast for their own good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the ability to scale alongside that growth is like paramount.
Okay.
So when you're looking at the exam, look for those clues related to a company's long-term vision, their projected growth,
Okay.
and their need for like adaptability.
Okay.
The exam might present you with a scenario where a company is facing rapid expansion or like unforeseen market shifts.
Okay.
You got to identify those solutions that empower businesses to evolve.
That makes sense.
Okay.
All right, so let's shift gears a little bit now and talk about performance. Okay. This is question 4.
All right.
And it explores the optimal storage architecture for Azure Stack HCI. And the answer points to a hybrid approach using both SSD and NVMe.
That's right.
But what makes those technologies so special?
Well, think about like financial transactions where milliseconds can make a huge difference.
Okay.
Or real-time analytics where you need to process massive amounts of data.
Right.
You need a storage solution that can keep up.
So are SSD and NVMe like the Ferraris?
That's a great way to think about it.
Of the storage world?
Yeah, exactly.
Compared to like,
the old spinning hard drives?
Yeah.
They offer like blazing fast speeds and very low latency.
Okay.
So that makes them perfect for these demanding workloads.
So that's why a hybrid approach is best then.
Exactly. You want to take advantage of the strengths of both.
To get the best of both worlds.
Right.
Okay. All right, let's go to question 5.
Okay.
This one highlights the dynamic duo of HPE ProLiant servers and Azure Stack HCI. And this is a Select 2 question, and the answers emphasize full integration with Microsoft Azure services and optimized infrastructure automation.
Right.
And it's interesting because this highlights more than just hardware capabilities. It emphasizes the importance of the whole ecosystem working together.
Exactly.
Why is that so crucial in a hybrid cloud environment?
Imagine you're conducting an orchestra.
Oh,
You've got all these different instruments,
yeah.
and they all need to be in sync to
Right.
make beautiful music.
Okay, so how do HPE ProLiant servers and Azure Stack HCI fit into that analogy?
Well, the HP ProLiant servers, they're designed to work seamlessly with Azure Stack HCI.
Okay.
So that means smooth operations, simplified management.
Okay, so you can leverage the HPE hardware, but then you also get all the flexibility and power of Azure.
Exactly, and it's all within like a unified management framework.
Okay, that makes sense.
And for the exam, pay attention to how that simplifies administrative tasks.
Okay.
How it automates key processes and ultimately just makes that hybrid cloud experience better.
Got it. So it's not just about the individual parts, it's about how they all fit together.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about high availability.
Okay.
This is question 6,
All right.
and it asks, what is crucial for maintaining high availability in an Azure Stack HCI deployment using HPE ProLiant servers?
Right.
And the answer is fault domain awareness.
Exactly.
Okay, can you break that down for me a little bit?
So think about like a major online service,
Yeah.
like a social media platform
Yeah.
or a streaming service.
Okay.
If they rely on just one data center and that data center goes down,
They're in trouble.
they are in big trouble.
Yeah.
Their entire service is down. Millions of users are impacted.
Wow, that's bad.
So fault domain awareness is like having backup generators spread throughout a city.
Okay.
If one power grid goes down, the other grids can keep the lights on.
Okay, I get it.
So in Azure Stack HCI, fault domain awareness means spreading your virtual machines, your storage, and other components across different fault domains.
So if one fails, the others keep running.
Exactly. You're creating redundancy.
Okay, so it's like a safety net for
Exactly.
your hybrid cloud.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
All right, let's move on to question 7 then.
Okay.
This one focuses on the software used to administer Azure Stack HCI environments.
Yeah.
It's another Select 2, and the winning combination is Windows Admin Center and Azure Arc for hybrid management.
That's right.
I love anything that makes hybrid cloud management simpler.
Me too.
So how do these tools work together?
Imagine being able to manage your entire hybrid cloud environment, both on-prem and in the cloud,
Okay,
from a single interface.
that sounds nice.
No more jumping between different consoles.
Yeah, no more like alt-tabbing like crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Windows Admin Center gives you that centralized hub for managing your Azure Stack HCI infrastructure.
Okay.
And then Azure Arc extends that capability to your on-prem servers, your VMs, and even your Kubernetes clusters.
Wow, where they are.
Exactly.
Wow, that is powerful.
And for the exam, focus on how those tools work together to create that really cohesive management experience.
Got it. So it's all about streamlining and getting that single pane of glass view.
Exactly.
Okay, let's broaden our perspective a bit with question 8 then.
All right.
This one explores typical use cases for public cloud deployments.
Okay.
It's another Select 2, and the answers are storing non-sensitive backup data and deploying customer-facing web applications.
Right.
So what makes those specific use cases ideal for the public cloud?
So this question really gets at the heart of understanding different cloud models and what they're best at.
Okay.
Public cloud excels in scenarios where you need scalability, flexibility, and cost effectiveness
Okay.
for applications and data that don't require the same level of security as like sensitive financial data.
Okay, so it's like, storing backups in the public cloud is like having a secure offsite vault
That's a great analogy.
for your data,
Yeah, and deploying web applications there is like setting up shop in a bustling marketplace.
where you have access to a global customer base.
Yeah. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head.
So it's about choosing the right cloud model for the right job.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
Let's move on to question 9 then.
Okay.
This one is all about a fundamental concept in cloud computing, which is infrastructure as a service, or IaaS.
Right.
It's another Select 2, and it focuses on those key characteristics of IaaS.
Right.
And the answers are that users have full control over operating systems and that cloud providers manage the physical hardware.
Exactly.
So do you see how there's this balance of control and responsibility?
Absolutely.
Can you give me an example of that?
Imagine a company wants to like establish a global online presence,
Okay.
but they don't have the resources to build their own data centers.
Okay.
IaaS lets them rent the infrastructure server's storage networking from a cloud provider.
So it's like leasing a fully equipped office space.
Yeah, exactly.
You can customize the inside, but you don't have to worry about the building.
Exactly, you got it. So with IaaS, users have complete control over their operating systems, their applications, their configurations.
Just like, decorating your office.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the cloud provider takes care of the underlying infrastructure.
So like the building maintenance,
Yeah.
the security, the power, all that.
Exactly. So you can focus on your core business.
I see. So IaaS is about getting the benefits of the cloud.
Yes.
Scalability, flexibility,
Cost savings.
without having to manage all that.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
All right.
All right, last question for this segment, question 10.
Okay.
We're going to look at some HPE services that integrate with Azure Stack HCI.
Right.
That's another select too. And the key players here are HPE InfoSight for predictive maintenance and HPE OneView for unified management.
That's right.
And it seems like they're both focused on simplifying management and optimizing performance,
Absolutely.
which are pretty important considerations.
Yeah, definitely.
So can you tell me a little more about these?
So HPE InfoSight.
Okay.
It's like having a crystal ball for your infrastructure. Ooh. It uses AI and machine learning to analyze your system's health,
Okay.
predict potential issues before they happen.
So like a car mechanic who tells you your brakes are about to wear out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
So it minimizes downtime, keeps things running smoothly.
Oh, okay.
I like it. And then we've got HPE OneView.
Okay.
And this kind of brings us back to that orchestra analogy.
Oh, okay. So OneView is the conductor,
Exactly.
making sure everything's working together.
Right. It gives you a single pane of glass to see your entire hybrid cloud environment.
So you can manage servers, storage, networking, virtualization, all from one place.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that simplifies management, reduces complexity.
And it gives IT professionals more time to focus on the big picture.
Exactly.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And that's a key takeaway for the exam.
Okay.
These services show HPE's commitment to going beyond just hardware.
Okay.
They really want to provide a comprehensive hybrid cloud solution
Okay.
that works seamlessly with Azure Stack HCI.
To deliver a robust and manageable experience.
Wow, we covered a lot of ground.
We did.
And I feel like I'm starting to really see how all of these different technologies fit together to solve these real-world business challenges.
That's the key.
Yeah, it's not just about memorizing terms.
Exactly.
It's about understanding
Right.
so much more. Thank you so much for guiding me through this deep dive. It's been incredibly helpful.
It's been my pleasure, and to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the HPE2-B06 exam.
We hope you found it valuable and that you feel empowered to ace that exam.
Best of luck to you all.
And embrace the exciting world of hybrid cloud.